Well, Seb, it's been an incredible year for you in the Quest competition. You know, where do we start? Regional champion at lightweight, then national champion last time out, and now defending your belt, the national title, headlining a massive show for the first time, headlining a Quest event in your hometown of Brighton on Saturday, July the 1st. And the opponent, well, I've got to say, a late change of opponent, but one that I think is going to produce probably one of the most exciting fights of the night.
Absolutely buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't something that we, both sides of the party, really expected to happen. I don't think Salah and his team thought that he was going to be boxing me anytime soon. Same with us, but look, that's sport, not just boxing. Things can happen like this. That's why we stay in the gym, we get a mix of sparring partners so we can box anyone on quite short notice if we have to, and I'm sure that we'll be giving everybody a cracking main event either way, and absolutely cannot wait.
I know for the league's fans that obviously follow the competition but may not know all the fights and all the results from previous seasons, you've already faced Salah MMM Boussik in the competition. That was at the Epsom Downs racecourse in Surrey, and what a cracking fight. You know, very, very close fight. You know, both of you coming into that contest, you know, needing the win. You edged him out. On the night, it was nip and tuck the whole way. But since that fight, you know, huge improvements from the pair of you. You know, you've gone on to win the regional and the national title up at lightweight. And Boussik, he dropped down and won the national super featherweight title with a career best performance against Mohamed Yakubi. So he's so hungry for this fight. And I know that you've both made improvements, but cast your mind back to the first fight with Boussik at Epsom. You know, what are your memories of that fight?
To be honest, I remember boxing awfully. That was, for me, the worst I've ever boxed in my career. Even fights when I've got beat, I've looked back and thought I'd done well in the fight. That's always one that sort of niggled me, and I feel like it almost gives me a bit of cringe looking back at it, because I felt like I just didn't box to how I know I can. Since then, I've come on leaps and bounds, but the fight itself, again, it was nip and tuck. I recall feeling like 2 out of 3 rounds I won. One of them was a bit messy. Well, they all felt messy on the night, but I knew I'd done enough, but not by the margins I was hoping to do so. So it's actually quite almost an itch I've been wanting to scratch, ironically. Although I wasn't thinking about it, I would like to put it to bed and really show MMM Boussik as well as everybody what I can do on the night.
Like I said, you've both made massive improvements since that fight, you know, and Boussik last time out winning the national super featherweight title. You know, the league's fighters tend to follow the competition. They tend to watch the other fighters, and for yourself, I mean, you must have seen with that performance from Boussik massive improvements.
Huge improvements. Yeah, he's come on leaps and bounds. Good for him. He's boxing really well. Compared to where we both were, I feel like it's going to be exciting for us both to show what we've both done. What was it, November 21 I boxed him, so it's been coming up to a year and a half, so over a year and a half since we've both boxed, and it's just a matter of who's come on more, who wants it more. But look, on 4 weeks notice coming to my hometown, I mean, credits both of us for taking the fight on a month's notice. Obviously I know he's always fit and I've been in training camp anyway for the night, but I think that we're going to be showing, I know I am anyway, showing a hell of a lot of improvements from my last fight, let alone the last time I boxed Salah, which was, like I said, a year and a half ago.
I spoke to one of your coaches. I know you've obviously got a great team behind you with Arthur James and Mark, but when I spoke to Arthur James about this fight, he was almost kind of like, I feel insulted that they think they've got a chance against Seb, you know, with the improvement that Seb's made. You know, he's really now showing that he's got the power with the wins, obviously in his previous 2 title wins. You know, we want to go out there and make a statement, and he was quite sort of adamant that he says, you know, of course Boussik's improved, but they can't seriously think that they're going to come down to Brighton on July the 1st and fight Seb Hallett and have a hope of winning. And I know that, like you said there, you want to make the adjustments from the last fight and really show people. So, you know, how do you feel, and where do you feel you are now in your Quest career?
I feel like I'm peaking at a lovely time, to be honest. I feel like the last couple of years, looking right back to when I got beat by Darrell on a close result, I felt like I should have won. I felt like the leaps and bounds I've made from them has only gone one up and up and up and up. And I feel like it's now starting to come together. I feel like I'm showing all parts of my game. I felt like the first start of the career I was doing well, boxing on the back foot, picking my shots, showing I can box. But I feel like now it's now starting to show that I can sit in the pocket with you, and when I land, people do obviously I can put you over as well. So I like to feel like I'm coming into a really good spot in my career, that I'm showing all elements of boxing really, not just the back foot stuff.
And like I say, this night in Brighton, it's the first time you've headlined a show. It's the first time Quest Boxing has come to Brighton.
Yeah.
It's got an amazing fight card. I mean, what does it feel like to know that, you know, for every fighter, they always sort of, I've spoken to loads of fighters before they headline a show and go, when I started, I wanted to win a belt. When I started, I wanted to headline a show. And now you're defending the title, so that title is yours. You're coming into the ring fighting a fellow national champion, albeit at the weight below. But, you know, trying to put into words how that's going to feel walking out in front of your hometown on the night and headlining.
It's hard to put into words before I've done it, but yeah, just like you saying it now gives me goosebumps. It's something in boxing that I've had loads of goals along the way, but to be honest, I never thought boxing as a headline on the Quest show would be something that, or definitely not in my hometown, would be something that would be achievable. Like I said, never been to Brighton before, so yeah, I mean, hearing all the lights down in Brighton, where I live 10 minutes away from, is going to be a special moment for me, my family, my career, and I feel like that will help the performance tenfold. The amount of people I've got coming to this show, the amount of support, the amount of people that want to come because it's down the road, and a lot of the new fans that have actually get on the way. Absolutely buzzing.
And if you're going to describe to those fans, all the ones that have followed you throughout your career, sort of through the highs and the lows, and to the point where you are now as the national champion, if you were going to tell them why they should come to this fight, why they should be there on the night to watch this live, what would you say to them? What can they expect?
I just think back local talent. I feel like I've done everything the right way in the sport. I feel like I've come from maybe losing my first couple of fights in the Quest show, getting back, building up, winning fight after fight, getting a regional, getting a national. I'm now in a position where I'm by no means a finished article at all, but I'm now starting to come together to what I always thought I could be. And it's just a matter of, supporting me, and hopefully we can enjoy it together.
Yeah, well, I know it's going to be a fantastic fight. As I say, it is national champion versus national champion, but this time Seb Hallett, the national lightweight champion, defends his title against the national super featherweight champion and old rival Salah MMM Boussik in the Bring the Heat main event on July the 1st. So Seb, I know you've got plenty to do tonight. Training, we've grabbed you just before training, so looking forward to seeing this. And as I say, it is the headline bout, and I can promise you, you will not want to miss this one.
See you there.